We welcome the fact that the CFS addresses this issue, being informed by an HLP report on this topic. In our official comments on the zero draft, we recognize the general direction of the zero draft and its recognition of growing inequalities, and that inequalities exist on many levels throughout and beyond food systems in an interrelated manner, as well as the different histories of the marginalization and colonization of certain countries, regions, and populations. And these are closely linked in multiple crises of COVID, climate change, and the cost of living increases. We particularly welcome the introduction, definition, and support of an intersectional approach in analyzing inequalities and coming up with solutions and recommendations that are tackling the root causes of the failure of our food systems in providing healthy, nutritious, and fair food for all, and particularly taking into consideration as a starting point of reflection the lived experience of the marginalized people globally, and making sure that they can participate in developing the policies that we need to reduce inequalities. We really welcome mention of the need to tackle power asymmetries within food systems and the references to the ILO, ILC aspects on social security and food security, as well as to the OECD work and the reference to the social and solidarity economy as reported by RIPES, and which is included in the UNGA resolution ARES 77281 on social and solidarity economy, which was approved in April and is an economic approach centered on people and planet rather than profit and collective wealth rather than individual wealth. You'll certainly understand that we cannot make any substantive concluding comments on the report today without having read it. However, we assure you that we will read the report thoroughly and will share our analysis afterwards. We truly see the necessity of this report as the starting point for negotiations on future guidelines. And we would like to highlight some of the important points for the CSIPM, which include the effects of the Ukraine and Russia war, ongoing conflicts elsewhere, for instance, in Sudan and the Middle East, the rise in inflation rates and debts around the world, particularly in the global south, the overall trend of public spending going towards military instead of public health, education, school feeding, and social security. We also see hunger and malnutrition, which is increasing, and more people in wealthy or high income countries who have to choose between heating or eating, and are relying on food banks and other forms of charitable food aids. And we would also like to see the inclusion of local governments who frequently have different political orientations from that of states and are closest to people suffering from inequalities, as pointed out by the Birmingham Council in the report in recommendation 5. So finally, we would like to point out that for the CSIPM, we do not believe the current situation is one of a crisis on the cost of living. It is an economic inequality crisis that intersects with other inequalities and impacts people's ability to afford the basic necessities to live. Thank you, Chair, for giving me the floor.